Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chai with Us podcast. This is episode number 66. I am Erica, the personal developer. You can also find me at Emotional Freedom.
And I'm Ivana from Local Isabels.
Yes, and today is the last part of our conversation on the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. We really hope you enjoyed it. Part two and one are going to be somewhere over here. If you haven't watched it already, take care, enjoy the episode.
Yes, thank you.
I love this sentence. The future is an imagined now.
Yes, it's
How
true.
beautiful is this? The future is an imagined now. And it's
Mhm.
completely true. Oh, okay. I'm jumping over here of happiness. Another thing that I loved that Eckhart Tolle does beautifully here is when he talks about psychological time and clock time,
Oh, yes,
and that
yes.
we should use clock time. At what time do I need to be there? 3:30, but not go into
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, I need to go there before 3:30 because otherwise after the meeting I will have to do this and that and then whoa. And I like he says clock time is not just making an appointment or planning a trip. It includes learning from the past so we don't repeat the same mistakes over and over. So you go to the
Mm-hmm.
past, you get what you need, bye.
Yes.
That's it. And then psychological time is what I said, that you stay here and use well and
Mm-hmm.
ah and yeah, I really like this. Look at me. This.
Mm-hmm.
If you set yourself a goal and work towards it, you are using clock time.
Mm-hmm.
You are aware of where you want to go, but you honor and give your fullest attention to the step that you are taking at this moment, which we were talking about this before.
Mm-hmm.
If you then become excessively focused on the goal, perhaps because you are seeking happiness, fulfillment, da, 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 the now is no longer honored. It becomes reduced to a mere stepping stone to the future with no intrinsic value.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. Your life journey is no longer an adventure, just an obsessive need to arrive, to attain, to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the problem, and that's the missing point when we are talking about grinding, goals, go after what you want. Come on, everybody
Yeah.
struggles. The other day, I saw a video, and the girl was like, I don't know, 50 calls nonstop. No sé qué, sorry, speaking Spanish. Something else. Ah, I speak three languages. Sometimes it's hard to focus.
Yes.
Okay, so and the video was just like this girl talking proudly about everything that she has done nonstop to
Mm-hmm.
achieve what she wanted.
Yes.
Oh my God, when do you have a breather? And like when you get there, you're gonna keep going at this rhythm
Uh-huh.
till you burn out? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
It's so
God.
true. And it's like silence is what we need. Like that's like a potent carrier of our presence. And so that's why it's so everyone always mentions how meditation really gets us into the present moment.
Yes.
And I used to be that person too that was always like doing something, going somewhere, achieving something,
Mm-hmm.
doing, taking, like giving, always like in like this like movement mode, but never like okay, like still. You know what I mean? Stillness was scary to me before
Hmm.
I started this personal like development journey, like this growth journey. Stillness really scared me because it was, I don't know how to describe it. I was afraid of it because I didn't know what to expect in the stillness. Like I didn't know who I was in the stillness.
Yeah, that's it. I think some of us, we are afraid of who we really are. And probably because this person, I remember at the beginning of my journey, like I was becoming such a different person. Like my family, I think they're used to me now, But like I wasn't like this. Well, I didn't act like this. I wasn't
Mhm.
myself. So my family, my friends, they all had a very different version of me, right?
Mhm.
And it's scary for you to become a different person
Yes.
because you start acting differently around people. Like I told you
And sometimes they
before.
like the older you. Remember you said that in the last podcast. I liked you better
Yes,
before.
yes, yes. That friend that loved me better before, and
That's still,
I was so
I will
unhappy,
never forget
baby.
that.
But that's okay if you like that better because I suited her better, right? We could talk about our pains and not
Yeah.
doing anything about it. So I
Yeah.
do understand why I suited her better before.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah. Oh, another quote I have: if you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. So if you
Mhm.
store things inside, if you focus inwards, um, you are going to get things right. But
Mhm.
that's so true, right? Because I feel when I align with myself and my purpose, I don't care about anything.
Mhm.
Anything can happen. I'll be like, that didn't
Yeah.
work. That's okay. I
He
tried.
said
I was,
that. He said that when you're
oh,
fully conscious, drama doesn't come into your life anymore.
it is true. It is
Yeah.
true. It is true. You kind of just, well, I feel like when I'm more anxious, when I'm more disconnected, it feels like
Mhm.
everything is coming at me. First of
Yes.
all, I feel things differently. I do know that.
Mhm.
But then it's like you are like a drama attractor, and more drama comes into your life because, well,
Yes.
that's the energy that you are emanating. Eckhart Tolle says, make it a habit to monitor your mental, emotional state through self observation. And he drops some very powerful questions, like, "Am I at ease at this moment?" I think
Mm.
that Eckhart Tolle should make one of those journals with prompt questions. Just
Yes, I
saying,
agree. You should
because
suggest that to him.
there are a lot of them over here. So he's like, "What's going on inside me at this moment?" This question saved my life.
Mhm.
Like when I was going through a very anxious period when my father
Mhm.
passed away,
Mhm.
I was using this sentence a lot. What is going on inside
Mhm.
at this moment? And I would, calm down, do some mindfulness,
Yeah.
grab some things to bring myself back because I
Yeah.
would just travel, right? What kind of thoughts is your mind producing? What do you feel? Wow. So many different um, things that you can do, and I think that the amazing thing of this book is that, first of all, I love the fact that it's not like you read something and then he makes you do this exercise and whatever. Those types of books are okay as well, but
Mhm.
not always. Like I like
Yeah.
to read, I like to grasp, I like to take notes, I like to
Mhm.
devour if I want to or stop if I want to. And this book is so perfect because it guides you very beautifully.
Mhm.
It's not forcing you anything. It just gives you
Yeah.
a little bit of a kick in the butt, with and the questions that pop up in the book, because if you did not read this book, just for you to have an idea, you have some questions and then he's answering the questions as the book
Mhm.
goes.
Yeah.
um, for example,
Which I
this
really like
question.
because it elaborates, and then he goes back to
Yeah,
certain topics. I really like that.
yeah,
And it's actually like some like as I was listening to it or reading it, I would have exactly the same questions that the person was asking.
right, right.
Yeah.
It's so cool, so cool. Like, for example, how can we drop negativity, as you suggest? And then he
Yes.
talks about it, and it's like
What does
a
he
very
suggest?
you want to know? By dropping it. How can we drop negativity, as you suggest? By dropping it. And look at this. How do you drop a piece of hot coal that you are holding in your hand?
You just drop it. You let it
How
go.
do you drop something heavy and useless baggage that you are carrying? by recognizing that you don't want to suffer the pain of carrying the burden anymore, and then letting go of
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
That's it. Uh, I mean,
He's
I don't
so
know.
simple. Like some of the things that he says. That's why I love this book because a lot of
Yeah,
the things that he says are so simple, and I think we already know these things. We're just not doing them, and it took him saying them to make the connections to be like, wow, this is so right. Now I understand what he means by this.
yes, yes. I remember my ex-boyfriend asking me, but why do you read these books? Don't you already know it? Like, what's the point of it? I'm like, you also know these books. Do you do anything that they say?
Mhm.
No. I'm like, well, then there you go. That's why I read them, to do the things. It helps me do the things, and it helps me stay on track. And because I want to stay on track, because when I'm on track, I'm happy.
Mhm. He also talks about the miracle of surrender, of just surrendering into the moment. Do you remember that?
Yes,
And he
yes,
says,
yes,
forgive
yes.
yourself for not being at peace. I think
Huh.
that was really important for me because I think a lot of times in my life, like I was not at peace with myself and I had lots of internal conflict that I was not dealing with. And I think it took me forgiving myself for not being at peace to
Mm-hmm.
have peace come out of that.
Yeah, you know that sometimes I think about, like, because we are on a personal growth journey, so we
Mhm.
have the same language, uh, mm, and that some people don't have that language, they don't understand, and that's totally fine. Everyone is on their journey, but
Mhm.
the thing is, like, we have a certain way of seeing things
Yes.
that people that are not in a personal growth journey see. What I actually wanted to say, sorry, I got lost in for a bit. What I actually wanted to say is that us, as people who likes personal, who
Growth.
are in personal growth, sometimes I feel that we are tough on ourselves
Yes.
for
Mhm.
not being spiritual enough, for not being,
Mhm.
peaceful enough, and
Yeah.
for all these sort of things. And it's good and refreshing to read a book that use the word non-judgmentally
Mhm.
often, and says, like, you know what, don't judge your thoughts, don't judge the state that you are in right now,
Mhm.
just accept it, because if you accept it and if you are present, that's when
Mhm.
you progress, because you are not going to progress from the past because you're not there anymore, and you are not going to progress in the future because the future
You're
doesn't
not there anymore.
exist.
Yeah.
So I think it's beautiful, because you are right. Like, sometimes I'm like, not that often, but sometimes I'm like, oh my god, what why did I meditate? Like, what a, like, and there's no such thing as a bad meditator. All
That's
meditation
right.
is good
It's good.
meditation.
Yeah.
There is no way of doing meditation wrong. There is no, it's impossible for you to sit down and do a bad meditation.
Mhm.
um so yeah, so it is very important to see this message, don't judge your thoughts, right? Just,
Mhm.
yeah, it was very important for me to just read through this again.
Mhm. Yeah. And I also like what he says is when you accept what is, every moment is the best. That is enlightenment.
Yes, yes, that's true. I wish I were more enlightened, but I'm working on it. Working on it.
Well, I think it's hard to accept the moment that is because we live in such a world that's so focused on social media and we're
Hmm.
always like on Instagram or Facebook or any other app and we're looking at what other people are doing and what they have and we're being judgmental. We're comparing our life to their life and we
Yeah.
believe because we see this picture that has been, altered to be and we take it to be true and fact and then we compare our life to it and we're like, "Oh, well, I don't have a five-story house, like I don't have a pool, I don't live in like on an island." You do,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. But you know what
um,
I mean? Like we
yeah.
take social media and sometimes we use it in a negative way and we compare our life and we judge it and then we feel less than because and then we're not accepting the moment that is and we're not living in the present moment.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that our mind just plays tricks on us, and
Yes.
sometimes it's as simple as just coming back, and just ignoring whatever's going on in our mind, and eventually the mind just shuts down.
Mhm.
There is this beautiful, simple exercise um, from the state of presence part where he says to try a little experiment. I don't know
Okay.
if you have tried it. Just close your eyes and say to yourself, I wonder what my next thought is going to be.
Okay.
So, what happens is that there is no freaking thought until
Yeah.
like, and this is proof that when
Mhm.
you observe your thoughts, they become, you lesser the thoughts.
Yes.
And it's true. And I was like, oh, let me do this again because I didn't remember that part. And I was like, and I was like waiting for the thought. I was like waiting for it. Oh, there's no thought. Oh, I'm thinking. But it's incredible. And it's the same with the pain,
Mhm.
right? When you look the pain in the eye and you're like, okay, pain, where are you?
Yeah.
It goes away. And this person that is thinking about where is the when I wonder what's the next thought, or he's calling from this is the real you, this is your being. And
Mhm.
when this being is in charge, life is different, eh?
Yeah. It's true.
It's way 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 different.
I would really recommend this book to anybody. Everybody should read it. It's always listed on like books that people recommend for other people to read. It's
Always.
so good, and you can listen to it on YouTube if you don't want to read it, and it's in his voice, and it's really nice because
Mm-hmm.
like they have people asking the questions, both a man and a woman, and it's really neat to like
Ah,
listen to that and then hear him answer.
oh my God, you made me want to listen to the book because
You
I
should
didn't know it was
listen
so
to the rest of it.
interactive.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's on YouTube. I'll
okay,
send you the
okay.
link with the actual with the one that's
All
his
right,
voice.
thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, so yeah, so I love this. I just want to read something that I underlined here that I think it's important. It says to stay present in everyday life, it helps to be deeply rooted within yourself.
Yes.
Otherwise, the mind, which has incredible momentum, will drag you along like a wild river.
I like that.
This is because it's true. How
Yes.
many times do you wake up, something goes wrong, and the rest of your day just goes
It's
along with
ruined.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
because of it, because we get identified with the mind, and it's not even the situation, it's how we see the situation.
Mhm. Mhm. I like that.
I like that as well. As I said, I think we could be talking about this book forever and ever because every page I underlined at least two sentences. Like every
Yeah,
page is a aha moment, like Oprah says.
it's so true.
So I just will repeat everything Ivana said. Get the book, read
Yes.
the book. It will change your life, it will change
Mhm.
the way you live. If you are living a very fast paced life and you are reconsidering things, just like something that happened to me that were like, I was like, what is going on?
Mhm.
Read this book. If you are starting a personal growth journey, that's the first thing you should read so you don't lose time just chasing goals instead of dealing with the
With the
being in the
internal
present
stuff.
issues.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it is.
Is that a wrap?
I think so. We want to hear from our audience. Have you read the book? Have you heard of the book? What did you think? Did you love it? Did you not like it? Were the concepts a little bit hard to understand? Let us know your thoughts, as always.
Yes, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening the other podcast platforms.
Yes.
We'd
Thank you
love
so
to
much.
have you here. Thank you.
Bye.